What is going on, YouTube? Espresso Shucko here, and it has been a very long time since I brought Mewtwo to the battle ladder in general, I guess. We have Mewtwo, we have Kyogre on this team here as our restricted duo. Mewtwo is a coverage machine. It gets Hurricane, it gets Thunder, it gets Blizzard, I'm pretty sure it gets Fire Blast, it gets Shadow Ball, it's got Psystrike. It gets Expanding Force, which I was originally going to put that on here, but I figured, Psystrike might be fun. Shadow Ball and Psystrike synergize pretty good if you Dynamax your Mewtwo, because, Max Phantasm lowers defense. If Mewtwo survives after Dynamax, Psystrike targets the defense stat instead of the special defense stat. So, a little bit of fun tech right there. We have male Choice Scarfed Indeedee on this team. I've never used male Indeedee, but I've gone up against it plenty of times. So basically, the main idea here is we're just going to use it for coverage for now. Originally, I was thinking about potentially putting After You on with the Choice Scarf to help out Kyogre, and that might still be a thing. But for right now, for the purposes of this video, we're going to go with raw damage with this thing. After all, we've seen what a female Indeedee can do, and it's got the lower special attack stat. So I'm banking high hopes on male Indeedee here. We have Incineroar for a little bit of support. We have Flare Blitz to do our main damage. We have Snarl to chip the opponent. We have Taunt on this Incineroar in case we run into something like, say, Ferrothorn, which was one of the pains of my existence in that last Zygarde and Ho-Oh video that I did. So we have Taunt on the Incineroar. If we can deny Trick Room as well, perfect. We have Ferrothorn here with Power Whip, Iron Defense, Body Press. No Leech Seed, but we'll get a little bit of recovery back with leftovers. If we can Iron Defense with Ferrothorn and then get off Body Press, awesome. And finally, we have Clefairy to provide a little bit of defensive bulk to the rest of the team with Friend Guard. We also have Follow Me support as well as Helping Hand. Should be a good time. Let's jump into the campaign to entertain and test out this team. Okay, we have a Palkia and Zacian combination with Venusaur, Torkoal, Landorus, and Urshifu. So, let's see. Airstream looks very nice into Urshifu. It looks moderately good into Venusaur. We do have the Scarf on our Indeedee. So, I think what we can do here is I think we can go Mewtwo Indeedee. Bring Kyogre. And yeah, I think we bring Incineroar. I think that's the big thing. I think we can bring Incineroar here. Because we can always go for the Expanding Force with Indeedee. We can also go Dazzling Gleam if they lead Urshifu. I'm pretty sure that's the single strike Urshifu. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Yeah, I think that's the single strike. I don't see Rapid Strike being on a team dynamic with Torkoal. But I could be wrong. Okay, so Palkia Venusaur. Alright, so maybe Trick Room? I could see Trick Room here. I could also see Torkoal switching in, or them just having Torkoal in the back. I think we're going to go for the Expanding Force into the Venusaur slot. And we're going to go Psystrike into the Venusaur slot as well, just in case. I mean, we get a little bit of chip into Palkia, which is nice with the Expanding Force. Now, if they switch in Torkoal and go for a Sleep Powder, yeah, that's not great, but I could see that. I feel like they want to set up the Trick Room with Palkia and then bring Torkoal in. So I think Venusaur is mostly just here to try to get a quick Sleep Powder if possible. That said, both my Indeedee and Mewtwo are faster than Venusaur. So here comes the Torkoal. Yeah, there's the Torkoal. Okay, so who's going to sleep? Is it Indeedee or is it Mewtwo? Okay, neither of them are going to sleep because it's G-Max Venusaur. Alright, so I do like the Expanding Force here. We're probably going to have to max Kyogre, though. So, that is a thing. That said, we should get a good chunk of Expanding Force damage off into Venusaur. Here's the Vine Lash into Mewtwo. Okay, so Mewtwo gets to survive. Yeah, Mewtwo gets to survive. It's also Life Orb, so I like where this is going. Whew! Oh, look at the Torkoal go. That was a crit. Okay, so. Alright, that's worth it. And I'm pretty sure Mewtwo faints to its own Life Orb, but hey, that's fine. We know they got Palkia in the back. They don't have their max anymore. We have Kyogre. Yeah. I get to keep Indeedee, which is what I wanted, too. Now, if Urshifu comes in here, I definitely got to get Indeedee off that field. But we do have the Incineroar. So, we're going to bring Kyogre. We're going to bring Kyogre here. We're going for Expanding Force. And I think what we're going to do is... Okay, they have Zacian in the back. Alright, so... I think what we could do here is we max Kyogre. We maybe max Lightning. And then that way we can hit... we could hit one of these two with a Fake Out later. But for now, I think what we're going to do is... I think we're going to Expanding Force into the Palkia slot. I think we're going to get big. No, I think I want to max Geyser into Zacian first. I think I want to do that. I would love to get the Expanding Force chip into Palkia. Because the nice thing, too, is Indeedee does have its Choice Scarf. So, what we could do here is we can get a little bit of chip into Zacian, potentially. And then we can go for that full-powered Max Geyser. We got really lucky with that crit, too. That's nice to see that Torkoal just up and fainted. They're going to get the Protect, so no Expanding Force chip, but we do hit Palkia. So, that's a good chunk. And we are still going to chunk a bit out of Zacian's health. Now, if they have Thunder on Palkia, that's not nice for me. They're just going to go Space Rend. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, we did have the speed advantage on Palkia. I would like to get Incineroar in here. And I think we're going to max Lightning the Palkia. And then that way we can get the Psychic Terrain off. We can Fake Out Zacian potentially. And plus the -1 attack drop onto Zacian is probably really needed here. So, especially if they double into Kyogre. Kyogre was faster than Palkia, but it's definitely going to be slower than Zacian. So, that helps a lot. Let's find out how much damage we can do to Palkia here. We got our Max Lightning. Not enough for a KO, but I kind of was banking on not KOing Palkia, because, you know, neutral damage. Oh, and there's a Vine Lash damage. Okay, so that backfired. Okay, that backfired a lot. That said, what we could do, we get rid of Palkia potentially with Expanding Force. I think we can't go for the Fake Out with Incineroar, though. That's the only problem. Yeah, that is the only problem here. Because we ended up just getting the Psychic Terrain right back. We get 3 turns of rain, so Flare Blitz is not going to be doing a lot. That said, we got to do it. We got to go for We got to go for the Flare Blitz for some damage into Zacian. We do pick up Palkia. Zacian's at half. It's also at neutral. So Behemoth Blade, that's probably Indeedee. Yeah, that's Indeedee. Okay. So, how much damage will I do with the rain? That's the real question here. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. Okay. The Vine Lash chip damage, though, that's concerning. All right, so once more, let's go. Let's see. I definitely pick it up if they don't KO. The problem is they probably do KO. Are they Sacred Sword or... They want Protect. Are they waiting for Vine Lash chip damage? There is none. Okay. This is the last turn of the rain. There's Sacred Sword. Is that enough? Unfortunately, it is enough to KO me. But that was a pretty close game, all things considered. Yeah, that was pretty close. Unfortunately, what I should have did was I probably should have max guarded Kyogre turn 2. And then had Incineroar come in and then maybe bring back Indeedee. Yeah, I think that probably would have been the best because we did lose Kyogre on turn 2 of our Dynamax. I think if we had gotten to maybe... We probably should have hit Zacian again. And that probably would have made things a lot better too. But anyways, we tried. Let's look for another match. Okay, we have a Calyrex, Shadow Rider, and Kyogre team with Stakataka, female Indeedee, Kyogre, Whimsicott, and Regieleki. Alright, so they definitely have both options of speed. Whimsicott and Calyrex can both potentially have the Trick Room. So Ferrothorn does not potentially look that bad. Okay, so unfortunately I have no fighting coverage on Mewtwo, but what I could do is I could lead Incineroar for Fake Out. Now, if they lead Indeedee and Calyrex, that's not ideal, but we could go with that. I think there's good odds that they lead their own Kyogre, but I kind of want to keep mine in the back, so maybe we lead Mewtwo. I think we bring Ferrothorn in the back. And I think I bring Kyogre. Now, in a perfect world, we get the rain and we can have hurricanes. Stakataka might be a problem, though. Yeah, Stakataka might be a problem because I don't really have any real fighting coverage. Calyrex, Kyogre. All right, so okay. Here's my problem. Calyrex is faster than Mewtwo. Yeah. What we could potentially do... I don't know how much damage the Astral Barrage does to Mewtwo, though. I could Fake Out the Kyogre, potentially, assuming they don't Dynamax, and Hurricane in the Calyrex slot. Or rather, Max Airstream into the Calyrex slot. No Dynamax off the Calyrex, that's great. That's handy. I am very concerned about Mewtwo, though. Yeah. Okay. So, let's try this out. Oh, we do get the Fake Out into the Kyogre. That's nice. There's the Astral Barrage. Yeah, that hurts a lot. But hey, we get some speed on Mewtwo. Yeah, we get some speed on Mewtwo. So we've guaranteed that Mewtwo can be faster. I think we go Snarl with Incineroar. And I think we Mindstorm into Kyogre. Because potentially, depending on how much damage we do to Kyogre here... Oh, that's nice. Okay. Depending on how much damage we did there, Water Spout might not kill Incineroar, which would be handy. Incineroar lives, Mewtwo lives. That's a good start. Just don't miss the Astro Barrage on the Calyrex, please, Incineroar. Please don't miss this. Yeah, please don't. I kind of don't want to miss that. Aha, we get them both. Or we connect with them both. Bye-bye, Calyrex. And goodbye, damage output on Kyogre. We lost our Dynamax in the trade for that, but we basically did an immense amount of damage to both of my opponent's restricted mons. And we have our own Kyogre in the back. So what we could do is... Ooh, Stack Attack can have Wide Guard too. That can be a problem. Okay. I think we taunt Stack Attacker. And I think we Thunder the Kyogre. Because the Water Spout's really obvious on my end, so we're going to go for the taunt into Stack Attacker, because that thing is slow. Also, they're going to withdraw Kyogre. Okay. Whimsicott. Okay. So there's another potential Trick Room option. Okay, they Dynamaxed it. Alright, that's not what I was expecting. So, Whimsicott's probably the Trick Room option. Maybe I get lucky. Maybe they Max Guard. Highly doubtful. Yeah, in theory, I could have gone for the Ice Beam to pick off the Kyogre, I guess, but it is what it is. Who's taking the damage? Is it Kyogre? That's a Rock Fall, so I'm going to assume it's in... Yeah, it is Kyogre, actually. Okay. That was a good chunk of damage, and I really did not like that. That said... What we could do here... We could Flare Blitz the Whimsicott. I think we can even pivot into Ferrothorn. Stack Attack has got no defensive boosts yet. They still have their Kyogre in the back. So, they're going to go for Dazzling Gleam. We'll pick off Whimsicott, which is nice. And I'm banking on them going into my Incineroar slot. Yeah. That's the word. Max Knuckle. Oh, that could be into Ferro. No, it's into Incineroar. Okay. So, not ideal for what I want to see, but what I could do here is I could protect with Ferrothorn. Try to reduce the amount of damage that Stack Attack goes for. Who is slower? Is it Ferrothorn or is it Stack Attack? They don't have Trick Room up, which is nice as well. We do have Iron Barbs for Ferrothorn. Alright, so... I think we just Thunder into Kyogre. I think we go for an Iron Defense with Ferrothorn. So. Oh, their Kyogre's faster than mine. That's concerning. Alright. How much damage is Snack Attack gonna do to... Good to know that my Ferrothorn is faster. Okay, so... Okay, there's a Steel Spike. They're getting ready for these body presses. Okay. So... Okay. We got our leftovers. Snack Attack is at +2 defense. Do I think they have Iron Defense? You don't really see Snack Attack or run Iron Defense. We're going to get rid of Kyogre. We are faster than them, which is nice. Unless they paralyze me. Okay, so we'll get rid of Kyogre. Now we have to play around with some Iron Defense and protect leftovers stuff, potentially. That's a good amount of damage into Ferrothorn. That said, what we could do is we could protect and we can Iron Defense again. Try to get ourselves up. And then body press them back. Yeah. They got a lot more HP than I do. Leech Seed would have been nice here, but me being me, I was like, I want Power Whip. Yeah, okay. Okay, we're going to go for another Iron Defense. That'll get us to +4. Yeah, okay. We'll get ourselves up to +4. Assuming we can live this, that would be handy. Ooh, Ferrothorn. Okay. I think we gotta do it. I think we gotta go for the body press. Okay. Let's see. +4 Ferrothorn into Stakataka. Boom, baby. Okay. There we go. Alright. That worked out good. That could have been potentially bad, but hey. We won. Good game to my opponent. Okay, we have a Alcremie team with Palkia and Zacian as their cores. There's a Shedinja on this team, so automatically, ew. Alright, so they got Rillaboom, they got Incineroar. Zacian is a problem, but it should be okay. I don't mind leading off with Mewtwo. Mewtwo Clefairy might be interesting. Because Clefairy can redirect Decorate. Which would be funny. Yeah. That said, I don't know if I necessarily want that. We can bring in Incineroar. I think we bring in Incineroar, Indeedee, and maybe Kyogre. I don't have Parting Shot on Incineroar, but what I was thinking of being able to do was I could Parting Shot and then have Mewtwo go for an Airstream, maybe. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking here, but at the same time, I don't know. Let's see what my opponent has, though, before I start speculating. Yeah, that's the big thing. Let's see what they've got. Rillaboom and Zacian. Alright, so I really like the Incineroar here. Because I could fake out the Zacian and Airstream the Rillaboom. I could do that. I think I'm the only one that had Psychic Terrain. So that should be okay. Now, if they fake out my Incineroar with Rillaboom, that's not ideal, which could be a thing. Yeah, that could be a thing. That said, we're going to go for the Hurricane, or rather the Airstream into Rillaboom. Try to pick up a speed boost, and we go for the fake out into Zacian. And the nice thing too with Mewtwo is we do have both Airstream and Shadow Ball, or Phantasm in Airstream / Hurricane Shadow Ball. So really, 2 out of 3 of Mewtwo's offensive moves can hit that Shedinja if it's here. Now, I don't think Mewtwo could. Well, maybe because it's neutral. Mewtwo might be able to live a Behemoth Blade. Maybe. I don't know per se because Behemoth Blade does double on Dynamax targets. Okay, they're going to protect that. That's perfect. Okay. Did they just Grassy Glide into... or maybe U-turn? Yeah, they just Grassy Glide it. Okay, that's fine. They're Life Orb Rillaboom, which is fine, so we're going to get a lot of damage here regardless. They protected Zacian. They could have brought in... well, no, not necessarily, because Incineroar puts a lot of pressure on Zacian as well. And Shedinja. So I was going to say they could have just brought in Shedinja that way, but that's perfectly fine with me. There's the Alcremie. So that's probably going to be Decorate. But what we're going to do is we're going to double into the Zacian here. We're going to go for an Airstream and then a Flare Blitz. And then that way, depending on how well this works out for Incineroar, we might be able to pick up just enough speed. Because we don't have the rain working against us yet, which is nice. And if they go for Mewtwo, that's okay. Yeah, there's the Behemoth Blade, so really we gotta bank on Incineroar here. Oh, also we were able to live that. That's good to know. There we go. Alright. So, I'm happy with that outcome, and there's no Decorate shenanigans. Okay, so Alcremie can get big here now, which is not ideal. I think it also depends on who my opponent's last mon is. It's Palkia. Okay, so I think we definitely target the Alcremie. I think we go for Mindstorm, and I think we Flare Blitz, because we have no idea of knowing whether this Alcremie is Aroma Veil or if it is Sweet Veil. So basically, we don't know if we can put it to sleep or if we can taunt it. Otherwise, I would be like, yeah, let's just taunt it. But Aroma Veil, I'm pretty sure, also protects both of Alcremie, like both Alcremie and its partner. So really, we got to get rid of Alcremie next there, because they revealed the Decorate. And there's no way Incineroar and Mewtwo are taking out a Dynamax Palkia on their own. So mainly what I need to do is I just need to be able to outstall their Dynamax. And then I think Indeedee and Kyogre should be able to handle Palkia. That's good damage. And depending on Palkia's speed stat, Incineroar might be able to outspeed it. there we go. +2 speed Incineroar. Yeah, we're definitely getting rid of Alcremie there. It's not going to do a lot. But I really like the idea of going for Max Flare. Or not Max Flare, Mystical Fire into Palkia. If I brought in Indeedee, which I'm pretty sure I did. Because what I'm thinking is we can Snarl this thing and Mystical Fire it. And then that way, too, we're going to reduce its special attacking output very quickly. And plus, the nice thing, too, is Mystical Fire, unlike Snarl, has 100% accuracy. So, that's a thing. So, got to keep Kyogre safe until that Dynamax wears off. Because this is turn 2. I still got to outlive another one. So there's one special attack drop. That's a crit, but that doesn't matter because 4 times resisted. And there's number 2. So there's another Max Quake. They're at half of their special attack. Yeah, okay. So as bulky as they get with the special defense, we can keep reducing their damage output immensely. The nice thing too is at least Snarl has a little bit of damage that isn't resisted. So there's -3. Yeah, okay. Hailstorm, okay. So a little bit of chip is not going to be nice, but I would have went for the Max Quake if I were my opponent, because then they would have gained a special defense boost. Incineroar has a berry that it has yet to activate. Palkia wears down off of its Dynamax. We're going to take it right to -6 as well. Yeah. So we'll get our Mystical Fire off. And then if Indeedee survives this turn, which in theory it should by now, because this Palkia is at -6, we're going to switch it out, get the Psychic Terrain back, and then we're actually going to start hitting it with Expanding Forces. Yeah, and look at that. Indeedee gets to hold on. Incineroar gets to hold on. Also, it's nice to watch that little bit of Hail Chip do a little bit more damage to that Palkia. So, we'll go for the Snarl again just because of the damage. Because really, I don't... Well, with the 2+2 special defense, I think Flare Blitz will probably do about the same amount as Snarl because of the rain. We'll slowly whittle them down. They also pick up the Blizzard. Okay, so Kyogre is in now. Now we can actually go for the Thunder, which will have some more base power. I'm going to try to go for the Flare Blitz and just see, for comparison, how much damage we do. Also, it's kind of funny watching Incineroar move before Kyogre. Yeah, that does just as little as the Snarl does, so there's no point in giving myself the recoil. We'll go for the Thunder. That did 6 damage to Incineroar. Okay, so we're going to Thunder again. We'll just go for the Snarl. I'm assuming Earth Power is what they had for their Ground-type move. That would still be better on Incineroar. Unless they think I'm a Shuckaberry. That's what? Blizzard number 3? Yeah, I think that was Blizzard number 3. And we saw the Hailstorm, so really there should be 4 more of those. really, they should be earth powering into my Incineroar. Oh, that was a crit. Yeah. Yeah, that was a crit. Okay. Let's go. Let's bring on the Thunder Krakatoa style. Oh, there's a Hydro Pump finally. Okay. -6 Hydro Pump versus Incineroar. Incineroar wins. Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting a weird satisfaction out of this as well. Yeah, okay. We'll go for the Snarl. We'll go for the Thunder. They really should have gone, and they finally forfeit. Okay. Yeah, once we got to that -2, and Indeedee got to hold on, it's like, okay, I like where this is going. Good game to my opponent as well. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this Mewtwo and Kyogre team in action. We played 3 pretty good games, all things considered. We got that crit on the Torkoal that subbed into Indeedee's Expanding Force, which was just beautiful. Yeah, I'm just going to straight out come out and say it now before I go any further with this. I am very impressed with male Indeedee. I liked it. I think I still prefer the female Indeedee playstyle a little bit better, but I do like the male Indeedee. Game 1 there, we did lose, but hey, we got rid of Torkoal with that crit off the Indeedee. We got rid of their G-Max Venusaur with Mewtwo after taking a Vine Lash. Unfortunately, Mewtwo didn't really do much that game, but it boiled down at the end of the day to a very low Zacian and my Incineroar. And really, if the rain wasn't on the field, that Flare Blitz was within range. Also, I need to look at the EV spread on my Incineroar and maybe think about redistributing some EVs there to help it with the Sacred Sword matchup, because I thought we were going to be fine, but then we weren't, so might have to look into that. Game 2 there, we played against Kyogre and Calyrex. Shadow Rider there. Luckily, Mewtwo was able to take an Astro Barrage while it was Dynamaxed. We picked up the speed. We did end up losing both Mewtwo and my Dynamax, but the cost for that was one of the restricted legendaries was within the red and the other one had fainted. It boiled down to Stakataka versus Ferrothorn, and luckily, Ferrothorn was able to take it out with Body Press after getting 2 Iron Defenses. Weirdly enough, there was no Trick Room on that Stakataka. I got to look at my opponent's team afterwards, and despite it looking like a Trick Room team, there was no Trick Room on that team at all, so that's interesting. Also, the trainer name was Lady Muffin, which was amazing. Shout out to that for just the name alone. And finally, that last game, we played against Palkia and Zacian, and we ended up dealing with an Alcremie with Decorate. Luckily, we got rid of Zacian first, and then we picked off Alcremie. The 2 Airstreams from Mewtwo was able to make Incineroar definitely fast enough. And plus, we also get that Palkia to -6. I wish I had gotten that on a screenshot there, looking at those stat drops, because, man, Palkia hit Incineroar with a Hydro Pump in the rain, and Incineroar just laughed it off. It also got to eat its berry, and plus we were right around KO range for getting rid of Palkia, and we did have Indeedee in the back to lock ourselves into Expanding Force for one good boosted hit, so that would have been fine. All things considered, I am moderately happy with how this played out. That said, I don't like Mewtwo. That first game, I actually played 4 games before that, and I lost all 4 of them. And plus, that first game was a loss, so I lost 5 games straight with Mewtwo. So the more you know, a little bit behind the scenes with Shucko there. That said, I think Mewtwo has potential. I just don't think I'm the one to bring out or find anything groundbreaking with Mewtwo. That said, I did have some fun with this team, all things considered. It would have been nice if I'd had a little bit of a better track record, but it is what it is. I will see you guys next time on my campaign to entertain, and we will bring a new team. Bye-bye.